Now last year there were some areas where we had too many players and some where we didn't have enough. This year we have solved that problem because we now have too many players in every area. Hello and welcome to the start of Season 2. It's Chelsea clearly and we are ready for a transfer bonanza. It's been a very busy summer. Let's get straight into the outs. There's been a lot, there still might be some more. We're going to fly through these because there's so many. There's the release players, the most notable Olivier Giroud. He might be joining Southampton, Valencia or Real Sociedad. Good choice for him. He's gone from here though. A lot of players have gone out on loan. We had so many players on huge wages. At one point the wage budget was sort of minus £400,000 a week, which is bad. So we've had to get a lot of people out. A lot of these guys will be leaving on frees in the summer, which is unfortunate. We haven't been able to sell everybody. We just had to get them out. Bakayoko is the first of those, gone on loan to Napoli. Victor Moses gone to Milan on loan. There'll be some others like that too. Billy Gilmore, more usefully, has gone on loan to Swansea for the season. We have got some actual money for Michy Batshuayi, though. He's joined Valencia for £7.5 million. As we've said, Marcos Alonso's move to Arsenal has been made permanent. And then more substantially, Antonio Rudiger has left, didn't play last season at all. He's gone to Spurs. £17.25 million. Ross Barkley missed a penalty for England at the Euros in the quarterfinals. He had a terrible season last year at Aston Villa by all accounts. Man United have just paid us £25 million for him. Thank you very much. And then not permanent, but a very significant loan out nevertheless. Kepa has gone to AC Milan as well. They needed a new goalkeeper. You can probably guess why. This is annoying because he rejected a permanent move to them first. He also rejected a permanent move to Dortmund, but Milan are, for some reason, they're paying all of his wages and also a loan fee as well. Hopefully we can get some value out of him and we can sell him for some money next summer. We're never, obviously, going to get the 71 million back, but at least we can hopefully get something for him. We don't need him anymore. And then a big one, Jorginho has gone. The main departure in terms of who was playing in the starting lineup regularly for us last season. Jorginho's gone to PSG for £30 million. It's a bit of a loss, but I don't know. Given his value, I think that's actually quite good. Disappointing, generally speaking, last season. 6.94. It's not bad. It isn't bad, obviously, but it just kind of... He felt like the weak link in the side last season, and I think we've upgraded in this position. So to get 30 million for him, he wanted to go. Happy to do it. But the actual biggest departure in terms of fee is Kurt Zouma, who has gone to Inter Milan. The Milan club's just buying all of our players this summer for £50 million. I think he never really let me down last season. Whenever he played, he got a 7.10 average rating, and overall was 7.38 in all the cup competitions where he mainly played as well. Was pretty solid and dependable. So you might be thinking, why have I got rid of him? Well, the thing is, it's just, even though he would play as the central defender, which we're still going to play in the system, given the way we play, passing out from the back, we need defenders with good passing. 9 passing isn't particularly good for that kind of position, even though he's not going to be doing too much. It's still not good. So to get 50 million for him, for a guy who's barely played, I think is pretty good money, and I'm happy to do it. So all of those departures have netted us £150 million on top of the 80 million we already had. We've now got 111 million left over to spend. We're not going to really be spending much more of it, I don't think. Some potential other players coming we'll mention later, but let's go through the ones who are definitely here. We already know this guy. You already know he's here. Giovanni Reina has joined us for free from Borussia Dortmund. What's not to like? He's really good. He's going to be playing a role this season. We've got a lot of players in this position. But I mean, we've got rid of Ross Barkley. We've still got quite a few others, but I think this guy is going to be playing quite a lot. Could be really special. Can play on the wings too. Happy with this. There's nothing to not like. Now we'll go through these in order of sort of squad importance of what I think they're going to be. Finlay Robertson has been signed from Dundee for, I think, was it 1.4 million pounds. We've loaned him out to Preston for this season. From really nice attributes at the age of 18, I think he's just a sort of solid pickup in terms of development, if nothing else. Now I wanted a third choice goalkeeper because Petr Cech's retired. So we've got Jack Butland from Crystal Palace, who I forgot he even joined. £51,000. I mean, he got 7.10 last season. He played 2 games. £51,000. It's an absolute bargain. Obviously, he seems to have his mental attributes aren't very good anymore, but as a third choice goalkeeper, yes please. Speaking of third choices, I wanted a third choice striker who, based on the squad registration, we needed to get somebody in. If we were going to get someone in, they would need to be under the age of 21 and ideally would be British or Irish and wouldn't require a work permit. And I can think of no one that fits that criteria more. Adam Eder, I think it is Eder, not Ida, has joined us from Norwich City for £4 million, £4.2 million spent last season on loan at Coventry City. Ignore the star rating. If you watched anything last year, you know he's just a goal machine. He just absolutely cannot help himself, and you can see why from his attributes. 14 composure, 14 finishing. He's very good. Some nice physicals too. We'll be seeing him a lot more in a future save, but he probably won't play much for us here. But as a good solid backup, potential prospect we can even make some money on. I don't think we can go wrong with this. So what about the other signings that are going to make a difference, hopefully, to the starting lineup? We'll go to this man because he's in the thumbnail. You know he's here. It's just obvious, really, wasn't it? Gianluigi Donnarumma has joined us for free from AC Milan. If you can afford his wages, why wouldn't you? Why would you not sign a world-class goalkeeper, 22 years old, for free? It's just obvious. And given Mendy's erraticness towards the end of the season, it made a lot of sense. 34 caps for Italy. He was in goal as Italy won Euro 2020 or Euro 2021, depending on what you want to call it. So he's had a victorious summer. Hopefully he can lead us to a victorious season here with Chelsea. I mean, he's free. What's not to like? And we've let Jorginho go, so we wanted to get some more defensive midfielders in. This man has not won the Euros with Italy, but he did win the Championship last season with Bournemouth. I think he wanted a new contract. He wasn't very happy. They have let him go for a very reasonable price, £12.75 million. It's Lewis Cook, a man who, back on FM17, would consistently be the best midfielder in the world after a few years. He has still been really quite good on all the subsequent games, just hasn't really been as consistent in terms of developing, at least under AI control. Whenever I've used him, he's been pretty good. Obviously had a really big injury in real life. Cruciate ligament was out for 7 months, has affected him, but he's had a good season in the Championship last year with Bournemouth, 7.18 rating overall, and I think to get him in as a squad player, bit of a backup, only £55,000, English as well. There's lots to like about that. Passing and vision of 16 is really good. Overall, very, very solid. The marking is the only thing I want to work on, but otherwise I think he's a good solid squad option for us. He's not going to be starting there though. This man is our second of 3 Italian Euro winning players, all in their early 20s. We're planning for the future. This one could be, well, it's not, that wouldn't take a genius to say this could be the best signing we've made. You know him, it's Sandro Tonali. I didn't think we'd be able to get him given his move to AC Milan, but that was of course only on loan. They did not exercise the option on him and we pounced. £18 million from Brescia. Thank you very much. We nearly signed him last year, didn't sign him last year in last year's game, I should say, last year's save, and ended up eventually buying him for 200 million, so considerably less than that. I mean, you know, if you've played this game at any point in the last few years, you know how good this man is. 16 passing, 16 vision, 16 work rate, good marking and tackling, positioning as well. Physically very good, amazing first touch. His mentals are incredible for a player of his age. Already 11 caps for Italy. He could be absolutely special. And finally, I said I wanted a new centre-back. We have still got lots of centre-backs, but I think I wanted someone to come in to be Fikayo Tomori's long-term partner, because Thiago Silva, as good as he was last season, he did decline. He's also 36. He's definitely going to be retiring at the end of the season. That's already been confirmed. It makes sense to me to get someone in now. Have Silva still as a backup, you know, to sort of tutor, mentor players as well. But get someone in now. Get that partnership going right from the start. And the man we have got in is Alessandro Bastoni from Inter Milan, our most expensive purchase by far. £58 million, potentially rising to 63 million. Had a good solid season in Serie A last year, 6.81 rating from 34 games. As said, he's part of the squad for Italy at the Euros. He didn't start in the final, but there's a lot of good stuff here. Leadership is maybe a slight concern, but his heading and jumping reach are fantastic. That's going to really suit how we play. We saw that a lot last season, a lot of good clearances and interceptions in the air. So having him there who can do that is very, very good. Marking, very solid. Tackling, very solid. Passing and vision as well. Good work rate, positioning, concentration, everything you want from a defender at the age of 22. He's Italian, it's kind of in his DNA to be good at defending. So to get him in, left-footed as well, which is a big thing. It means we can move Tomori over to the right-hand side where he's going to be more comfortable. Having these two guys together, I think, could be really, really good. So there we are. You can see some of the other sort of loan departures and free transfer departures there. A few youngsters have gone out permanently as well for a little bit of cash. We've made quite a lot of money. We haven't really spent much. This is annoying this year because it goes on 2 pages. So like Lewis Cook is on that page. Rudiger and Barkley are on that page as well because they went through before the league reset date. Very irritating. Like it to be in one place. But yeah, that's been pretty successful so far. As said, some other players will still be likely going. Matt Miazga's probably going to be leaving. Zappacosta as well. Kennedy potentially. There's still so many players in the under-23s who are out on loan who I want to get rid of. I mean, only one of them is my signing, that's Jack Wilshere, but there's a lot of other guys whose contracts are up at the end of the season, which is irritating because I don't want to lose them for free. I want to get a bit of money for them. Masonda, Kennedy, and Lewis Baker, want to get rid of them all. If we can, we will see if that's possible. Going to potentially try and get in a couple of regens as well. The most promising looking one, Fraser Sharp at Hamilton, he looks incredibly good and he's not going to cost us very much money. If we can get the deal done, hopefully we can get that sorted. He's not going to be a problem though because he is Scottish, and given Brexit, yay, wonderful. We can only really sign, so if you want to sign a regen and use them now, you can only really sign them from the UK and Ireland because, as I have found, Rafael Gomez we've signed from Martimo in Portugal, looks like a decent prospect, not cost us very much money. Unfortunately, he's not going to be joining for 2 years until he turns 18, and then even when he does turn 18, almost certainly not going to get a work permit. So, well, he's going to be out on loan and we can hopefully make some cash from him. But Fraser Sharp, he looks really good. So there we are then. We'll get to know them as we go. Lots of players who were out on loan are back and will probably play some kind of role. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is sort of the main one. Malang Sarr potentially as well. And Ethan Ampadu. We've got lots and lots of players. Too many players. But some squad depth, some security. There was issues last season where we didn't really have enough midfielders, kind of sort of as we got some injuries towards the end of the year. Obviously, the games this year are going to be more stretched out. It's more of a normal season, but there's still lots of games. We're in Europe. We want to try and go far in both domestic cups. So to me, it makes sense to have as many players as possible. Hopefully, we can keep them all somewhat happy. At least we've got that security, that depth to help us throughout the rest of the year. The only real position where I think there might be potentially still an area I'd like to strengthen is probably right wing. Ziyech was good last season, got lots of assists. Callum Hudson-Odoi didn't really get much of an opportunity, and he did okay when he played, but that might be a potential area of weakness for us. We've got other options that can play there, but for me, Hudson-Odoi, I don't really want to get anyone in because he's 20 years old, academy graduate player. He's still got 5-star potential according to our coaches. Needs to work on some things. Hopefully this year he can kick on a bit more if he gets a bit more game time. I don't want to give up on him yet. So there we go. Let me know what you think of the signings down below. Leave a like. Make sure you subscribe as well so you do not miss how these guys get on this season. It was a good year last year. 2nd place finish in the Premier League. Got to the Champions League semi-finals. It didn't go well, but at least we got there. Can we kick on this year? And if we're going to, then today, our first match of the season is going to be potentially a good marker for it because we are going to be playing the team who successfully did win the Premier League last season, and that is Liverpool. It's gone all weird. We're playing them in the Community Shield, which I didn't even realise we were going to be in because they did actually win the FA Cup as well. Domestic double for them. Just a 6-0 win for them at Wembley against Everton. James Milner getting a hat-trick. Certainly a fun day for the red half of Merseyside. But we, of course, did beat them twice last season, putting 6 goals past them over the 2 league games we played. So, got to be relatively optimistic when it comes to facing them. If we can do this, that'll be a great marker. Getting our first piece of silverware would also be very welcome. And just to tidy up, in case you're curious, yes, Lazio did go on and win the Champions League, beating Real Madrid 1-0 with an 80th minute winner. So at least we can say we lost to the eventual champions, I suppose. Still bitter, we'll always be bitter. Right, let's see if we can get our first trophy at Wembley. It's the Community Shield. It doesn't really matter unless you win it, in which case it matters lots and lots and lots. This is the team that we're going to be going with for the first game. Obviously, so many options. I'm not sure quite who the best sort of pairings are. It's mostly the team from last season, as you would expect, but a few of the new signings will be making their debuts. Donnarumma, of course, is going to be in goal. Chilwell and James, of course, at fullback. Azpilicueta, there were question marks over him. We did get plenty of bids for him. Again, I said just you're influential, want to keep you. He's still really quite good, and I think having him in the dressing room, he's very good at getting other players to just shut up about things. Don't really want to lose that given how many players we've got fighting over game time. But Bastoni and Tomori are going to be making their first start together as our new, hopefully, first choice centre-back pairing. Bastoni is going to be on the left, obviously. He's going to be playing as the ball player with Tomori as the central defender. Did so well at that last season. Hopefully being on the right-hand side doesn't make much of a difference for him. Sandro Tonali is going to be anchoring that midfield, replacing Jorginho. Kante, back from injury, is going to be restored to the box-to-box role with Kai Havertz in the Mazzala role. Mason Mount can feel hard done by, I suppose. He will be playing a lot of games this season. He obviously came in and is just proved himself to be absolutely exceptional in both of those roles. The front three is going to be Memphis Depay on the left, Hakim Ziyech on the right hand side, and Timo Werner up front. The three of them all they sort of ran out of steam towards the end of the year. Obviously played a lot of football. Hopefully they've had a bit of a rest. That will help them to kick on this year. So going to be interesting to see how we get on. Liverpool have made a few signings. They've signed Eric Dyer. Okay, that's interesting. Gabriel Barbosa as well. It's not going to be easy. Guerrero's on the bench for them too. Alisson not playing though, so that's potentially a bonus for us. I think if we can get this, if we can win this, that would be really a very nice way to start the season off. Right, 27 minutes in, we've got our first highlight. We're playing this sort of normal balance system. We could go more attacking, we could go to the more attacking system as well. We will see that, but I think against Liverpool, that's not very sensible. Can we fashion a chance here? It looked quite promising, and then Depay seemed to just sort of give the ball away. Did he hit the referee or something? That was very weird. And now Liverpool can attack. Sadio Mane's in space. He's found Henderson, back heel to Keita. Shaqiri's there. That was unfortunate. Xherdan Shaqiri has opened the scoring. Donnarumma didn't really get close to that one at his near post. That was great, wasn't it? It looks like Chilwell's getting the blame in terms of the ratings. That was easy. Back heel from Henderson. Disgusting. Shaqiri just confuses the whole defence. That was very odd. I don't even know how they got the ball. That seemed very strange. But anyway, we're behind. Can we build from this? From the kickoff, Bastoni finds Memphis Depay. Please don't phase the ball away like you did before. He's been tackled by Shaqiri all too easily there, and Liverpool can potentially counter. It's not what we want. Not what we want to see at all. Mane in acres of space. Can we get some sort of closing down? Kante has missed the tackle. He's still going. He goes to the shot, and luckily doesn't find the target. We've got a corner before the break. Tonali puts it in. It's cleared by Van Dijk, and Tomori better be paying attention here, otherwise there's a very simple counter on. He's not paying that much of attention, and Liverpool can break. Gabriel Barbosa in behind. He's onside. It could be 2-0. Donnarumma tips it over the bar. And we've got a defender Liverpool corner before we go in. I would like half time to come now so I can shout at them. Tonali heads away, but Henderson can put another ball in. Shaqiri's been heavily involved. Both of these two boys have, and that at least is going to be that for the first half. Not great as far as we're concerned. We haven't really done anything. Apparently we've had 2 shots on target, but that's not been very good. Hands in pockets, far from pleased with what I've seen from that team. Need to see something else. It's difficult to judge this given that it is Liverpool and they are ridiculously good, but at the same time we did beat them quite comfortably last season, home and away. So disappointing. Maybe we can change things up. Chilwell's having a poor game as they've gone 2-0 up. Virgil van Dijk from a free kick. Brilliant stuff. Really just thrilled to see that. It's what we all came here for, isn't it? Quick free kick. Virgil van Dijk not even picked up by anyone. And I mean, it's a new defence. We've got some new players in there. We're making a change. I mean, no one's really playing that well. Mason Mount absolutely coming on. I think he's going to come on for Kante. We're taking Havertz off as well. We're bringing on Reina. He's had a very good pre-season. He can cause some destruction. And we might as well go for this because we're already losing 2-0. So, you know, what's 3-0? What's 4-0? We'll go attacking. Ben Chilwell is having a poor game. So is Timo Werner, though. We've only got one more sub to make. I don't know which one we go with. Depay's also lacking in fitness. I mean, there's so many people I want to take off. Well, apparently we can actually take off all of them. We've got 5 subs for this game, which I'm absolutely thrilled by. So Aspilicueta's on, Abraham's on, Pulisic is on as well. Let's go for this. We changed the system up as well. It's not really worked today. All right, can we do something? We haven't had a single highlight that's actually been for us. Reece James clears it off the line, and we've gone more attacking. We've changed the shape. It's not going to do anything. It's not been the exciting start I was hoping for. I was hoping for my first trophy. It's not happened. We've not had a single highlight in our favour. Could be 3-0. Barbosa hits the post. It's not clear yet. I think it's probably not going to be going in, is it? Fabinho, Guerrero, Henderson cleared just about. Can we get a highlight, please? Can we get something? It's gone back to Grabara. Abraham's chasing it down. There's not really any time left. There's not really any point to this. It could even be 3 for Liverpool. Mane to Origi. Is this 3-0? Donnarumma makes the save. Christensen does something ridiculous. But, yeah, there we go. It's full time. The trophy presentation seems to have just not worked. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah, brilliant. Wonderful. Wonderful scenes here at Wembley as we don't win in a very poor performance. That was really bad by all things considered. Not a single highlight in our favour. I think actually we didn't do that badly in terms of the stats, but I'm going to be thrashing my arms, and I think I'm going to be expecting to see you all in training because that wasn't good enough. Luckily though, it's just the Community Shield. It doesn't really matter. No one really cares about it, and Liverpool are also really very good, so that's fun. But there we are. Hopefully that's the only defeat we're going to have all season. We're going to kick on now and become a dominant force once all the new players have started bedding in. We've got the Italian spine of our defence. Hopefully that will be a bit more solid as the games go on. But there we are. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you post a comment as well. What do you think we're going to do this season? Is that a sign of things to come? Are we going to be sacked by Christmas? Or is that just a blip to start things off? We will be back next time for some Premier League action. We might come back quite quickly, actually. I think we might even just play Aston Villa and West Ham. We shall see, but thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.